Bro, you're the nicest UFC fighter in the world, dude.
Shout out Basement Talk, man.
I'm gonna bite at least 2 of your ears off. I make more than $1 million in a day sometimes. You better.
You like the mics?
Do I like them? Yeah.
They're new.
Kobe picked
That's
out
why
the mic, so he likes
I'm
asking the
pumped.
guests if they like them.
You know what?
She's like, yeah, they're fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dope.
She's like, nah, they're mid.
Yeah, you're cruising.
I start crying.
I hate the mics.
Well, they could be better.
I asked Chuck.
Could be a little bigger.
I think I asked Chuck, I was like, you like the mics? And he's like, yeah.
He just grunted.
He's like, I'm going to kill you.
That's, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
You're like, how were you guys not scared to like ask the wrong question to like? Because
I
that
was
dude will
scared as
snap.
fuck.
Really?
I didn't really like. Think
No, I
about
looked at
it.
him before the pod and I was like,
Can you just not kill me?
no, I asked him, I was like, hey, let's clear some things up before we start this pod.
Oh, yeah,
Because he was
that was
talking
pretty
shit on
good.
soccer. And I was like, but like when I was looking at him and asking him it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. I was like, I know you'll kick my ass. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
Get that
out of the
episode,
way.
you'll see
Yeah.
it. But
There's
yeah.
just fear in all of your guys' eyes. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I felt comfortable though. He
Not
like had us
yet.
in his house. Too.
Yeah.
He
I
was,
knocked
like,
him out.
Yeah.
No, he's capping.
I think
Kyler
I
had
gotta-
Chuck confused.
Dude, I
He's
think
like, Chuck, look at my uppercut. He goes like this, like slow motion. Chuck was like,
That's so
like what?
He started barking on it too.
He did?
He started barking
He was
like
telling us a story, and he
he
like,
goes.
he's
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah, it was crazy.
I feel like that's the dope thing about him though. Is like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's like a Mike
So
Tyson.
it's just gonna,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that dude's just gonna talk about absolutely nothing, but get to a point.
True.
I
do you
feel like,
do you watch UFC?
yeah,
Who are your
Yeah,
favorite
you train
fighters?
MMA, right?
yeah. I did for a little bit, but I'm just like too gimby and I get hurt way too much.
Yeah.
But I trained with Ian for a while,
That's
and then I always
cool.
did jujitsu just because it's like good for you
yeah.
and because it's fun.
Always good to know.
But yeah, I have some friends in the UFC and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh, super
one
cool.
of my homegirls.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Even like Sean O'Malley, I don't see him like bringing in crazy.
No, he is
amounts.
now.
No, yeah, he
is
is.
now.
Still not
like a-
crazy.
No, no,
It's not
Kobe.
like
Whoever
an
his
NFL
marketing-
contract.
Yeah, he's a media monster. What do you
Whoever
mean?
is
Not like
marketing,
an NFL contract.
What do you
No.
mean?
but that's
No.
just different.
Yeah,
you
that's
could be
different.
a
That's a NFL
the
players get
best
way more money.
job in the NFL is a backup kicker because you're
Dude,
making
I could have
He
did
was a
that.
he could have done it.
He was
Dang
a kicker.
it.
He was so good. Dude.
like you sit the bench for your whole life and you probably sign like a $5 million contract,
Fucked up, man.
and then you get the clout
Now
of
you gotta
being
run
on
a
the
business.
team.
got him fucking in his feels.
I'm gonna
swear.
quit everything.
No,
'Cause
he literally
I
could have been a
I
kicker.
feel like I could have did it.
he. Why don't you tell her the story, dude?
I mean, I just played senior year. I was
Yeah.
like, let me just kick a football. Why
He had
the
never
fuck
played
not?
football before.
Okay.
I send my friends a video.
Did you play like soccer?
Yeah, I played
Okay.
soccer my whole life. He did too. He was a pro soccer guy.
That's what's up.
And I just kick it. I send my friends it. They're like, holy shit. I'm like, what? I'm just kicking a football.
Yeah.
And then they're like, dude, that's insane. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let's try this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, like, because I just kicking naturally. And we end up
Yeah.
winning CIF and
He
76
broke all the
points,
records
like,
at our school for most kicks.
It's pretty sick. I
and
felt like the
everything,
guy,
dude.
but
Yeah.
you know, just after high school,
Dude, no way.
what?
That's
he,
crazy.
He was like, should I sit on the bench and make 20 mil?
bullshitting. Fuck you,
I love the
dude.
banter.
You're so
No, that's
dumb,
mad.
dude.
No,
This guy.
yeah, that's hands down the best job
Yeah.
ever in the
You
world.
just chill.
and you
Kick
get
a
the clout
football.
of being an NFL player.
Yeah.
and you travel maybe, and you just cruise.
Well,
I
it's too
know.
late now. No.
Maybe quarterback too.
No, you
You
can
back
never
up
go.
quarter. You could be third string QB.
That would be nice.
Like you're not even on the travel team. You stay and you just practice, and you get paid.
You just lift weights and stay
That's
in
all you
shape.
do.
Nah, not if you're a QB. You probably don't even lift weights.
No, that's
You just
true.
throw the
chilling,
football.
yeah.
Yeah. You
what
just throw the
about
football.
bench warmer on like an NBA team too? That's not bad.
But they have the G League there, so it's like you could just get sent down if you're sitting on the bench too long.
Yeah, it's like
it's not like
baseball, too.
stable.
I don't know what that is.
It's like
G
a
league.
Yeah, it's like minor leagues for
Is it the same
basketball.
as baseball where like they'll send their lower guys that are not working well? They'll put them on their like
Yeah,
theirs. Okay.
yeah, or injured players
Yeah,
if they're trying to
yeah.
like rehab type of thing. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's only one level of the G League. I could be
Okay.
wrong, so it's not like baseball.
I don't know basketball though.
Yeah.
Well. I know football just because my partner, and then
Yeah.
surfing
I
and
know.
snowboarding.
awesome.
So you're originally from New Jersey, right?
Yeah, so I was born in New Jersey. Both my parents are from New York. And yeah, I was born there and then kind of grew up there. And then my brother is a professional Olympic snowboarder. So
Yes.
we're 7 years apart. So when like he was like kind of just starting his career, I was still super young. And my mom has always been like super incredible and moved us out to Colorado. and my dad stayed at our house in Jersey. So like winters we'd be over in Colorado, and then summers, like the 4 months, like we'd be in Jersey. So I kind of just, I was doing kind of both for a really long time. Just was in Jersey, like in the summers, and then I was kind of snowboarding for a super long time. I didn't really surf until like
So
later
it's
on
just
in
you
life.
and your brother?
Yeah, just my brother and I.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then what made you go to California?
Surfing eventually brought me here.
Yeah.
So I've been here since I was like 17 years old.
Sounds like
Wow.
a competitive household.
Yeah. There's like no board games or like card games in the house, that's for sure.
What did your parents do?
So mom is a businesswoman and dad's in the business as well. Like mom worked Wall Street, is like this badass businesswoman. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah.
That's
she's
Kobe's dream.
Yeah, she's
that's my dream
hardcore.
to work in Wall Street.
I feel like when I first met you, I was like, this dude, I could see it.
Wall
I can
Street
see
guy?
it. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
got that
it's the
vibe.
vibe
I
I'm
would
like,
see
oh, for
salesmen
sure.
like
Yeah.
sweating and shit.
Yeah, just on
Running
the
the
phone, just
numbers.
hassling.
I love
yeah,
it. That's like a dream though. I'd
Yeah.
love to like run through New York like all stressed out and like a
Run
fucked
through
up
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Chill.
Not for me. I like
I
the
don't know.
beach and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, both parents are business people, and yeah, it's kind of weird that they ended up with like we're the only two athletes in like our entirety of our family.
Was it tough moving to California though at 17? Do you have to leave all your friends?
No, because like I didn't really have friends on the East Coast like growing up, just because I beat to my own drum for a lot of my life, and it was just because I was always doing sports. Like before surfing, it was snowboarding, and then like traveling as much as I did, like going from Colorado to Jersey. It was just kind of like I just did my own thing anyways, and I just followed my brother around. Honestly, I was like, whatever he's doing, I want to do, and that was kind of it. But yeah,
How did he do in the Olympics too? Was he successful there?
yeah. So he had like some injuries we can tap into in a second, but he had some injuries like 4 months leading into the Olympics. So he had a big accident, and then he had a broken back. Like So when he went, we were
God.
kind of just like, whatever happens. Like he's made it this far. Like we're so proud. Like
Happy he got there. type of
yeah,
thing.
he shouldn't even be alive right now.
Really?
And so he qualified. So with what he does, it's snowboard racing. So it's like gates.
Oh shit.
Yes, they're flying too. Like that's a lot of pressure on your back as well. And my brother's like a big dude too. And he's like he's
falling
not
at that speed is
Yeah,
no
it's
joke.
70 miles an hour, and if you fall or hit a gate, like those gates are hard.
Wait, did you say 70 or 7?
70.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're flying.
70 miles an hour.
Don't like hold me on that, but it's around.
Kyler's scared to go that fast in his truck. That's crazy.
Dude, no, but that is insane.
Yeah, they're
that-
flying.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Fucked.
Yeah, so they're flying. So yeah, and he's like 6'3", like 250
Oh,
pounds. He's a
geez.
big boy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he had a broken back, but when he went to the Olympics, so yeah, they race, and then so you have like a qualification, and then you race each other after that. And so with like so they clock everybody's first like time, and he qualified second, so he's the second fastest out of everybody. Dang. And then from there you like race with somebody, and then he did poorly after that. But like him qualifying second, our heads were like, okay, that means he could have medaled if he had a good day.
Yeah.
And like to us, like
That's
I
a
said,
win.
it didn't even matter to us. We were like, he got this far. He shouldn't be here. Odds were against him his whole life. He should be dead. Like it was a trip for sure, but we were just proud of him no matter what.
Did he surf too?
No, he respected that was my thing. And like he's dabbled with it, but he lets me kind of do that just because I quit snowboarding because I didn't want to be in the same sport as him.
Well, how did you go from snowboarding to surfing? Like, what was that transition?
It was just random. I literally wanted to do something that I knew nothing about.
Was it easy too to
I want to say yeah, just because like board sports.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot different at like an elite level. It's completely different. But no, it's for sure definitely easier, but like because I was already balancing and stuff like that, like just like the core things. But yeah, it was completely different, and yeah,
Are you good at skateboarding?
no. I mean, I can
Really?
skate, like I can skate, but like I'm decent. I'm fine. Like
You
I can
can't-
ride around
can
a
you do-
park. I
can
can
you do a
drop in.
kickflip?
No. Like, but you put me in a bowl and I'm cruising.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
can like skate half pipes and bowls and stuff.
That's
That's
cool.
harder
But also,
than doing
like-
kickflips, I feel like.
Yeah, but also like I don't want to get hurt, so I just stick to
Yeah,
surfing.
that's sketchy.
Because I already have so many injuries in my life. So I'm just like,
I used to be a pro skater.
Kobe was a pro skater.
No,
at
I
one
wasn't.
point.
I was kind of good though.
Pro
I was, like,
skater
6.
Kobe?
Okay.
What was your best trick?
Dude, like
Kobe
I,
did bowls too.
I ollied,
Okay.
I ollied the 11 stair at Nice.
That's
okay, that's kind of sick. That's kind
I'm
of
joking.
no, that's bullshit.
like, that's kind of sick.
I used to. That was my dream though. In middle school.
Before
To be a pro
soccer
skater?
though, we were
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
like I loved skateboarding.
Dude,
I was like a
everybody
big
was
Tony Hawk guy. Like
Okay, yeah.
had too much. Never mind. I'm not gonna
No.
promote that. Never mind.
no, I don't know, but I remember getting like
Yeah.
Tony Hawk stuff.
Just
I was a big Tony Hawk fan.
Because you guys are from California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like surfing, skating, everything. That's like every kid's.
around
I
it,
feel
All
like.
my friends surfed. All my
Yeah.
friends skated. So that's literally all we
Yeah.
did. Now everyone's riding like electric bikes and stuff.
That shit's nuts.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I hate it. I mean, like I have one, but like
You put your board on it?
yeah, I'll ride it to like lowers and stuff
Yeah.
just because like lowers is usually a mission and like
Yeah.
right now like I'm living alone because my partner's in Idaho for football.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like I can bring myself to lowers now, which is nice because before like you'd have to get someone to drop you off or take like the hour walk. So I'll use it in that sense. But I swear like if you don't have your driver's license or a permit, you shouldn't be able to rip those things around in the street because I almost cracked so many
Dude,
kids
yeah,
on those
really?
things. They're sitting in the middle of the roads just doing wheelies. And I'm like, that's sick. I wish I could do that. But like, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a trip.
How like often are you training like actively? Or
Yeah.
like when you're how often do you train?
Yeah. So for big wave stuff, it's kind of like all the time. Like you just kind of make sure you're healthy, your breath hold work, meditation, that kind of stuff. Because that's like a completely different kind of training than like competitive. Competitive, you're just like trying to stay light on your feet, explosive, that kind of stuff. I have a gym in my house, like a full gym in my garage. So I'll usually just train in there. And then, yeah, I just came off of a pretty gnarly surgery last August.
saw
Not this
that.
previous, but the one before. So I'd been out for a year and a half.
What was the surgery for?
I had a ladder J surgery, so it's in my shoulder. I ripped my rotator cuff completely off, and then my whole labrum was torn, and then I tore my bicep tendon. So my whole shoulder was just cooked, and so it's just like a bunch of metal plates, screws, everything, rods, everything. I feel like a 90-year-old person.
That happened from a wave, or
Yeah, I had originally. This is my second surgery on the shoulder too, because I had one originally when I was like 17, and they did a repair to it, and then just like through just consistent, like just kind of getting worked, it went again, and now it like legitimately cannot come out of place. Like the surgery, the extent that they did, like it's kind of set for life now. If it happens, and that's not
Robot
good at
arm.
all. Yeah, literally, my robot knees and arm, like it's cooked. Because I've had 2 surgeries on my knee as well. And this is all from like what COVID happened 2021, 2020?
2020, 2021.
2020 it
Jeez.
That
started.
whole
what
thing's
happened
a
to that
blur.
too, huh?
Far out. So like 2020 till now, I've had 4 surgeries.
Wow.
Like while everyone's like cruising during COVID, just like whether hating life or enjoying life, like I was just like, fuck this. Like
Yeah.
this is brutal. Hey, because I just like kept hurting myself. And then like the first doctor that I had, he's pretty terrible and kind of cooked me. And then so I ended up going to my brother's surgeons in Colorado, which like I should have always went to, but because of my brother's incident, like I never went there because I was scared of it. My brother pretty much died in a hospital. So I got that so I had to get the same shoulder surgery that he had, that the accident happened,
And
by
that's
the same doctors.
that's a surgery he almost died from.
Yeah, so he like leading up to the Olympics, he was training, and he did the same thing to his shoulder that I did to mine. Like funny enough, we got matching scars. The doctor, the doctors that he has for snowboarding as a U.S. Olympic team doctors, and those guys are absolutely like incredible. And like I like to say, like my parents do too, like doctors are humans too. They make mistakes just as much as we do, but the consequences are just not as large for us. So like there's no hatred towards that hospital, just for me, he was mentally scared. But yeah, so he had the surgery, and then it's in Colorado, so it's high altitude. So usually they want you there to get adjusted and stuff. And then they released him, went home to our place in Colorado. And that night at like 2 a.m, my mom just like had one of those like mom gut feelings. I was like, something's wrong.
Those
I
are
don't know.
you have to listen to those.
Yeah.
No, those are always real.
Yeah. And in this instance, well, you're going to believe it now.
Yeah.
You're going to believe it now. 2 a.m. goes to check on my brother, and foaming out the mouth, eyes in the back of his head.
Holy shit.
Eyes in the back of his head. And my brother and I both don't take painkillers.
Oh, okay.
Just because we're allergic to them all. So my mom was like, okay, something's wrong because we don't take meds. Like something's off here. Calls 911. They come and they see a kid who just had surgery. They see him foaming out the mouth. They go, uh-oh, overdose. he's taking a bunch of pills and he's overdosed. My mom's like, no. And so they go to make him regurgitate, and there's nothing in his system. So he throws up into his lungs. His lungs explode.
Oh no.
And so it's immediate pneumonia. Lungs are now exploded, and he's got 2% oxygen in his body. Like borderline, like dead on the spot right there. They put him in the ambulance, and then they're like, you know what, we got to get to this certain hospital. And so they brought in a helicopter, and again in Colorado. So they bring in the helicopter, and there's like a huge storm front rolling in. So they've got to bring him from Breckenridge to Denver, which is like a normally like 2-hour drive. And so a helicopter comes, they can't take off because of the storm. So they land the helicopter, they get him a moving ER, and they bring him to the hospital in the moving ER, and like all the roads are closing because of the storm. So my mom's like sitting behind and like can't get to the hospital.
Oh no.
And she gets to the hospital, and they're like, he flatlined in the moving ER. He's here now. He's in a coma. And we kind of have two options here. One is he's not going to wake up, or he's going to wake up and he's going to be a vegetable. And that was like the two options they gave her. So in her head, she's
How many
mourning.
people gave you those options? Just one person? Or?
Yeah, those guys. I mean, my mom arrived 7 hours later.
Yeah.
So like they had already been with him for a while.
And that's what you
Evaluating
hear, and
him.
you're like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
So mom walks in there. I think 14 at the time, or 15. Like no one's telling me.
Jeez.
And mom was with him. So mom walks in, and that's kind of the options that they give her. And she's like, okay, so you're telling me my son's dead. Because like for an athlete, like when you're told, like me and my brother both have told my mom, like if we're vegetables, just like, you know what I mean? Like just,
Yeah.
it's not worth living for us.
Yeah.
So in my mom's head, she's like, okay, he's dead, whatever. And this is where I give people goosebumps all the time, because it literally does not sound real. And it's like, it's a trip. And like, I don't believe in much. Like I'm very like, we die, it's it, like that kind of vibe. And as they tell my mom that, he fucking wakes up out of a coma and just like gives her a thumbs up, goes back into a coma, a week later wakes up. And
Shut
like,
up.
swear to God.
So he heard you guys.
He heard my mom like
Did he
freaking out.
when
He gave your mom a
He
thumbs
has
up.
no recollection of everything.
No
yet.
way.
Eyes open, went like this to my mom, and went back out for another week, and then woke up. And like the doctors are tripping, and like swear my life this story.
He doesn't
What
remember.
a legend.
Nothing.
What a legend. Wow.
Yeah. And so no recollection of any of this, and like months prior, months after, like nothing at all. And
What did your mom like do when he put the thumbs up?
I don't even know. I think
Was
she was
just
like
Just
crying,
startled
so
him.
happy.
Sure.
I don't know if she was necessarily, we don't really talk about it too much, just because she's
course.
like
How can you
emotionally
even-
damaged
Yeah,
from
I
it.
bet.
Yeah.
Just because like no matter when you talk about that kind of scenario, the first thing that she thinks of is like the feeling that she got when they're like, your son's dead.
Yeah.
But I don't know how she felt. I would assume that it was like a little bit of relief and then a lot of denial, probably.
Yeah.
Like that did not just happen. Like
confusion.
that, yeah, that's mad. And then yeah, he woke up. He didn't know how to read, write, or talk, but like we'll take that any day. He's got 10% of his brain that's still dead. So he has like lack of empathy. He had to like relearn human emotion and stuff like that. Like that part of the brain is down. I mean,
I
he was,
think Kobe's is too.
I don't know, if you fall a couple times, it might happen, but
Yeah.
but no, he's awesome. He like did a lot of therapy and like tried to fire up that part of the brain, and like
Yeah.
literally he knows what empathy is, but he doesn't feel it. So like he knows when he should feel empathy. So like you get real thick skin being around him for sure,
Yeah.
because he also just like, I don't even think it's part of the brain damage, but he just says what he wants. He blames it on that, but I don't think that's true.
That's kind of a cool skill to have, then, I
But
guess.
he's my, like, I can never say enough good things about that.
Oh,
that
that's
person.
awesome.
He's
Did that make
Yeah,
you
I love
change your
it.
belief systems when that happened, though?
no.
Made you
No,
think though,
but
huh?
it definitely made me think for sure. Like it still always trips me out when
Yeah.
I mean like I have like, I don't know. It's definitely like a weird thing. 'Cause like, I don't know, that shit just doesn't really happen.
Does
you
he
know
live?
what I mean?
He lives around you.
Yeah. So he moved over to California with me when I was like 8. He moved over here when I was like 19, 18, just because I had struggled pretty badly with like mental health. And mom was like, all right, we need to get someone to be with you. Just because it like wasn't good for me to be alone. So he was incredible and moved out here because this was after the Olympics. So he retired after the Olympics just because of his back and just kind of everything. So he moved out here, and then just last year he like bought his dream ranch in Colorado and
no
is
way.
just like shooting guns and selling guns and
for
legally.
him.
That's cool.
But yeah, he's just living
awesome.
on a ranch, just living out his cowboy dream. So he's stoked.
That's
And then
awesome.
crazy enough, like if that dude can't get any more incredible than he is, he drives race cars for Lamborghini. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But that's also part of like the brain damage part is like he doesn't feel a lot of emotion, but he feels adrenaline. So when you don't feel anything and that's the only thing that you can feel, you're going to do it all the time.
Yeah.
So like he's squirrel suits, he jumps out of planes. Yeah, he does everything.
That's such an inspiring recovery story. That's like
Yeah.
motivating. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
it's
crazy.
a trip.
So I want to go back to you though. 'Cause
Yeah.
You said you do big wave surfing.
Yeah.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Is it the adrenaline that drives you to do
Yeah,
that?
100%.
Because when I look at that, I'm like,
These people
why
are
the
mad.
fuck would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like that is crazy.
Yeah, it's a trip. And honestly, I'll put it like I knew that I wasn't going to do well in competitive surfing for much longer. So I said, I need to do something that makes me different. And I was just mad enough and depressed enough that I was like, all right, I'll do this. And whatever happens, like, I don't care. And I honestly will say that's like why I did it. Is it's just like, because I didn't care what the outcome was. Like if I did well or if I didn't, or if I fell or I didn't fall. But also at the same time, I did love it because the first time I ever did it was I was 16 years old and I like legitimately just fell in love with it. I went out at like Waimea Bay with one of my coaches, Miles Padaka, who's been in eddies. Like, I don't know if you know that comp in Waimea. It's the Eddy ICAL. It's like one of the most pristine kind of big wave events, or one of the most like kind of core ones. And he brought me out there when I was 16, when the first idea was, hey, I know I'm not going to do well in competing much longer. Like I need to do something. He was like, well, let's try big wave surfing. And if you love it, then sweet. And I mean, at 16, I was like $1.05.
And was there
I was
something
tiny.
else
Yeah.
other than big wave surfing? Like we'll keep going on
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
was there another option after that if that didn't work out?
No.
That was the only option.
Yeah, that was it
So
for me.
big wave surfing, how big is the wave?
Like that I've personally surfed or in general?
Like in general, like how big are those competitions?
you're
Like,
talking,
Kobe.
you're talking big
Like
wave
what?
surfing technically is anything over 20, but those comps are talking 60, 50 to 60 foot. Yeah.
Well, and
It's mad.
how does a 16-year-old at like 105 pounds
Yeah.
get into that? What? Like,
I just knew I was like, I
No,
wanted.
you were 105 pounds.
I don't know. I think I've always been around action sports and stuff that kind of is like that. Like my dad, he had me on dirt bikes and, mountain bikes and just kind of everything that like would scare the shit out of
Pushing
my
the
mom.
limits.
Yeah. And so for me, it was kind of like a no brainer.
Yeah.
In that point, it was like, what is the extreme way to do this sport? Like my dad would like heli snowboard. My mom heli skied. Like there was always a lot of like extreme sports around my house. And that was kind of all I knew. So when I found out about big wave surfing, because not a lot of females had done it, there's, someone that I've now traveled with who's like my biggest inspiration, like Laura Enever, and she was kind of doing it, but there wasn't like a lot of girls doing it. So I never knew it was an option, but seeing what Laura did and seeing what, like Paige Alms and these kind of chicks are doing it, like, it's like, okay, it could be an option. So yeah, I mean, I paddled out with my coach and I got, maybe 10, 15 at that point, 10, 15 footer. Like it was still kind of on the smaller end, but still scary.
it's huge.
Yeah.
And at what point do you bring the jet ski out too?
That's just like personal. If it's not paddleable, which now people are saying that everything you can paddle, like it's just changed.
Yeah.
Like early in like big wave stuff, like everybody was paddling. And like, if you brought a ski out, you're like, like that's not
when
cool.
do you
like,
know?
that's not
When
hard.
do you know if it's your turn to like catch the wave? Do you guys take
You just
turns?
know. It's kind
But
of like
you guys take turns or no?
yeah, it's kind of whoever's deeper, whoever's committing to it. Because a lot of guys, when you're talking about like in Hawaii and stuff, they know that people aren't going to go. And so they just kind of go. But it's kind of more who's sitting the deepest and who's in the best position for it and who's actually going to go. But with big wave surfing too, a lot of people will go together just because you're not like trying to rip a wave. Like you're just taking off and racing. And
No one's beefing on that too, right?
I mean, there
hope
definitely
not.
is like their own
That's
beef
why-
within it in
Yeah,
big wave.
that's
But yeah.
I'm sure everybody's just looking out for each other at that point, though. Like making sure
100%.
everybody's
That's the biggest thing. It's like all of us are CPR like verified, or CPR certified or whatever. All of us have first aid. All of us have first responder courses. And at that point, when it's that big, you're truly just watching out for people and just, kind of just always keeping your eyes on a
So
swivel.
you
and-
got into big wave because your competitions on like the smaller waves weren't working out as you
Yeah.
wanted them to. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So yeah, I competed a lot like on the East Coast and stuff. And that's, you know, I was winning kind of everything. And that's what brought me out here. Is like my brother had always said, to get better, you have to be beat. You have to compete against people that are better than you. And it's like on the East Coast, I'm not going to say that I was better than everybody, because there's definitely chicks way better than me. But in my area, I was definitely one of the better girls, and I was younger. So we moved out to California, and I got a rude awakening and got on the QS and all the like WSL events, and started doing all those. And I was always kind of in the mid pack. Like I wasn't the best, I wasn't the worst. I was kind of in that mid pack. I just didn't know how to compete well. I'm a really good free surfer. I'm not a good competitor. Like I hear a horn, I'm just like, like I just, I don't know what I'm doing. I just get like, I don't know. Talk to a lot of sports psychologists. We don't know. But so yeah, it was like a flip of a coin if I was going to do well or if I didn't. And then, yeah, I did as well as I could. And I kind of just knew, like, I was in the midst of competing, and I was like, all right, we need to do something that makes you different from everybody else.
You weren't like fully though, like in love with it for you to stay and keep trying.
Competing, there was parts of it that I was completely in love with, and there was other parts that I did not love. And like, yeah, there was just a lot of parts that I did love and a lot of parts that I didn't love. I didn't love losing like that. I didn't love surfing small waves every single day, because a lot of those contests are in really kind of terrible waves. And that's just like not my strong suit for surfing, because I'm not a small chick either. Like I'm pretty tall, and I'm like a bigger build for surfers. So like I'm not going to compete well when it's small. The little girls are going to smoke me, or the girls that are lighter than me or shorter than me are going to kind of rinse me. But yeah, it's just...
Do you think the girl surfers are more competitive than the guy surfers?
Honestly, girl surfing, I don't know. There's like half and half. I don't want to like put it on as like a whole. It's definitely half and half. Like some of them are definitely super heavy and super gnarly. Like I definitely have some stories of like, holy shit, that happened. And then the other half are just like good people and just are there. They know, like half the people are just like, I know how good I am. I don't need to like do all kind of the dirty work and stuff like that. I just need to surf and be good. But there's definitely the other half that are
like,
because chicks
what
are gnarly.
happened? What happened?
I've seen where like this is probably the funniest story I've ever personally witnessed. It was so when we go for these events, it's like 200 girls and like 200 dudes, and we're all going to the same wave. We've got like 3 days, and unlike any sport, we don't have like, you can't just shut down the beach for us. Like, and then on top of us 400 people, there's just normal people surfing as well. So it just gets really hectic, and we all know what we're doing. So everyone's just kind of paddling around each other and being kind of assholes to one another and being dicks. And like, there's this one chick, and she was sitting real deep, and kind of everyone knows who she is. And, you know, she's on the higher end of, you know, surfing. Kind of everyone knows who she is.
So she's, like well known.
Well known, yeah. So like, you know, she's getting pretty heated. She's like, you know, I kind of deserve to get some waves right now. And some girl like burned her, like took off in front of her because she went. And this chick like races behind her and like gets real close and grabs her hair and yanks it.
No.
Yanks
Why?
it.
Like the well-known girl chased her down the
chased
wave.
her down, like went up behind her and chased her.
She got
and
cut
like
off on the wave.
pulled
and
her
then she
hair
came
and like
back.
spit on her. And I was
No
like,
way.
you're kidding me. And they got off, and she was just like yelling at her, and the chick was just like, oh my God.
The other girl had no idea
Like,
what was going on.
no, I've never seen like two
That's
chicks
crazy.
fight. Well, I have, but like it's more like chicks are more verbal.
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
just want to hurt you and be very verbally abusive.
Do the surf girls know you have an MMA background? Do they like know not to fuck with you?
I'd rather them not know, honestly, and just like fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
You know what I
Just
mean?
guillotine somebody off the surfboard.
I feel like honestly, like, I don't know. I'm a very nice human being, but
Yeah.
I definitely like can come off, or not come off, but like if you don't know me and I'm like surfing, I can definitely seem like pretty harsh.
It's because you're focused.
I'm just focused.
You're in
I'm
your
doing
element, you're being
that's
passionate.
competitive nature in me.
Yeah.
To just like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, my close friends definitely know that I train MMA, and they're like, we're calling her if we ever get into something.
Yeah.
But it's not like something that I push super heavy for people to know.
I want to ask you, do you think that like the main income from surfing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I asked the other surfers we've had on, but
Yeah.
like the main income from surfing, is it from like brand deals or sponsors,
Yeah.
or is it from the competitions?
Yeah, it's different for everybody kind of. I mean, if you're not on tour and you're not top 10 on tour, you're not making good money. Unless you really good at marketing yourself. So a lot of surfers' money are coming from marketing and sponsors and stuff like that. Cause I mean, on the world tour, the lower end chicks are only making 20 grand an event. And then on top of that, you have to give 5% to your managers, to your agents, to whoever. And so a lot of girls and guys, like, we're just kind of feeding for sponsor, and we're like, everybody just kind of wants sponsors. You kind of need them. It's hard to live a pro surfer life if you're not have some sort of income. It's very difficult, but you see a lot of surfers like figure it out together. Like a lot of people will travel together and stay in houses together. And I'm talking like, it's like sardine can type stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I stayed with a bunch of girls in Spain one year, and I'm talking like 16 of us in one house.
What part?
And it's Spain. We were in, I'm gonna forget what it's called. Or we were in France as well. We were in La Canal.
Okay, but you lived in Spain for a little bit?
No, we just went for a contest.
Okay.
Yeah. I lived in Australia for a bit, but
that's cool.
We went for a contest in France, and there's like 17 chicks, but at that point, it's affordable. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even paying for a bed; you're paying for floor space. So it's like there's definitely ways to make it easy.
Wait, the 17 girls in the house, do you guys all compete against each other?
Oh yeah.
How much
yeah.
square feet was the
insane.
house?
It was not big enough. I mean, this space is triple the size.
like
we're talking
It's
about
like the
that one
Ultimate
room.
Fighter. It's like
Yeah,
a reality
that's
show.
insane.
It was madness, and like none of us even speak the same language. Like some of
holy
them,
shit.
It's like the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, because we had to drive from like France to Spain, and like you're just kind of getting people. You're like, okay, you know how to drive. You know how to drive stick. Okay, you have gas money. Okay, sweet. We're us three are gonna go in a car, and like I did the drive from Spain to France. I'm the only driver because I know how to drive stick. So it's me, a chick from Latin America, and then a Japanese girl. And like none of us even speak the same language.
I fucking love it.
And it's just, like it's mad for sure.
Sounds
but like
like a
it's
bad
fun.
joke.
Yeah,
That's so
honestly.
sick.
Like it's a trip for sure. But there's that but it does make it fun in those sense. Like there's a lot of those stories that I'm just like, that was sick. That was fun.
Probably experienced.
So
it.
I
Yeah.
read something on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it said that women surfers get paid more than men surfers.
Yeah, they do. Well,
Really?
no, I wouldn't say yeah, they do actually. But
Dude, that's sexist. No, I'm kidding.
That's what I read.
Dang,
let's not
Kobe.
get started. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, I'm not a feminist, but I have an older brother and I know my place. But I would say that it's different because you talk about like people that are the most paid surfers in the world. It's men. Because you're talking about Kelly Slaters and John Florence's and stuff like that, because they've just done outside adventures and like made companies and worked with companies and worked with investors. But I would say in the lower end, like QS surfing, chicks are, I wouldn't say more money, but some girls, if you look at like, so we'll say like the 60th ranked guy to the 60th ranked girl, she's probably making more money because she can model on the side.
Yeah.
Or get, influencer
Start an
brands. Or that, yeah. I know a couple I don't know them personally, but I know some surfers that do that. And hey, what works. I ain't gonna shame nobody, but not for me.
Cool. Yeah.
But they can, work with brands. There's more bikini brands than dudes being like, I'm gonna go model these board shorts.
It's more
like,
accessible to get money for them.
You can also just like girls are just also faster. If I see a bikini on a site, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna buy that. If you throw up board shorts on your story, it's not like a bunch of dudes are gonna be like, oh my God, that's so cute. I mean, maybe. But
Kobe
I doubt
might,
that. But I doubt, you know what I mean?
We don't
though?
want Kobe modeling board shorts. Right
Yeah,
I don't think so. I'm not like a beach guy.
yeah. I'm not a beach person either.
Really?
Yeah, I
Cap, you're
hate the
a
sand.
surfer.
I hate the sand.
I hate sand.
Oh,
Like,
you
if
hate
the
the
sand
sand?
touches my feet, it's like weird.
I hate it.
But they might see like our commercial right now.
I know. We actually might.
Yeah, we have a commercial. I think it's out. You guys are probably
Kobe's
laughing.
posted on the
We put
beach.
Kobe
I'm
on the
posted on the
beach.
beach. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which
Drinking
Yeah.
a Rona.
it's a little controversial
That's
now.
yeah.
I shouldn't even drink a Corona.
No,
I
just shut up. We're
Yeah,
not
I'm
drinking
gonna shut
that.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you like?
Sand?
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
It's
Why?
I love the
shitty.
ocean.
Just getting in your hair and stuff, or what?
It just like as a female, it just can get into a lot of places and it's just not cozy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, and a lot of sand now is like dusty. And it's not
Yeah.
even like, maybe that's just California, but it's like dust. Like my feet are literally brown coming. Like in Hawaii and stuff, I'll spend all day on the beach. So maybe I don't hate all
Golden brown
beaches.
in Hawaii.
Yeah, but like I definitely don't love sand, but I love the water. Like I love the
Could
water.
live in the water.
Yeah.
I don't like the water.
I love the water. My
There's
partner always
sharks.
gets so mad at me because I'll come home from surfing, I'll get in a bathtub and I'll sit in the bathtub for like 6 hours. They're like, where is she? In the bathtub. Like I know, like dead ass. If I call them right now, he'd be like, yeah, she spends all of her time in the bathtub.
That's funny.
Like I just
Oh my
cruise in
gosh.
bathtubs. Like I'll do my schoolwork in bathtubs.
You hop in the sauna. Abby?
How do you do that?
What?
Schoolwork in a bathtub?
You get those little things that like go over on both sides, where like people usually read like
don't
books.
you get? Don't your fingers get old? And it's
I'm
like
all the time pruny.
pruny's the word for
Yeah,
that.
pruny. Yeah, you get like pruny.
And
You know, like you're in a hot tub
I
too
hate
long.
being pruny.
Kyler
Yeah.
doesn't fuck with it.
It's not fun. I feel like I've like built up a tolerance though that like I don't
Okay.
get pruny until like hour 12.
Hour 12.
No, I've never
Holy
clocked
shit,
in
that's
12
crazy.
hours. No,
Takes me 10
That's
minutes
crazy.
and I'm pruny. It's
Yeah.
like not good.
Yeah, I
get
definitely
pruny
don't
in
get
a
pruned
minute.
too easy.
Kobe's a prune ball.
Have you experienced any shark attacks?
I said that really uncertainly. No, I've definitely like seen a couple.
Oh god.
And like I've seen like minor shark attacks. I've seen like shark
rubbing up on
bites.
people and stuff.
I've seen some like a shark bite somebody
Really?
in Florida, but that's like normal. Like
yeah, it's just normal in
that's
Florida.
like someone getting hit on a bike. It's
Yeah.
like,
One of
ah,
your
gonna be
biggest
fine.
fears, right?
Like,
No.
because they got spinner sharks there.
spinner sharks.
Yeah, they're actually pretty sick. Hey,
Is it like a croc where it's like
it's like these little. It's like they're pretty like mid-sized.
this
They're
guy?
like mid-sized sharks, and they'll just like swim and then jump and like do spins and like
Oh,
go
that's
back. They're,
crazy.
they're kind of sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like
Wow.
in Florida, like in New Smyrna Beach, like they're nipping everybody. Like Achilles, that's their favorite.
You're just making new phobias
you'll
for
like
Kyler.
that.
yeah,
over
they
here.
love just like nipping people.
He has a
most sharks
shark
don't-
tattoo on his back.
Dude.
Yeah, but he's
Nah.
scared of the ocean.
nah, I
He
don't.
looks like a dolphin though.
Yeah, it's a dolphin
I
tattoo.
don't have a tattoo. Come on.
It's a beluga.
It's beluga
So
whale.
talk about your sponsorship with Monster.
Yeah,
How did they reach out? Like
yeah.
start from that. That's crazy.
I've been with them now since I was 16 years old. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I've been with them for 8 years. Sorry,
That's
dyslexic.
crazy.
I've been with them for 8 years now. And I don't know. I just honestly like sponsorships now within surfing are just like slim to none, hard to come by. And I just like, I don't know if it's marketing myself well my whole life, just being around my brother, but I just have always gotten really lucky with sponsorships. And I was competing at an event in Huntington, and literally this guy comes up to me and he's like, "What's your email? I'm gonna have a contract in your inbox by Monday." And I was like, "Huh?" Like I have no sponsors, and I'm just like, "What?" And I think I lost. Like I literally think I'm like coming up the beach and I'm heated, and I just lost. And he's like, "All right." And then I call my mom like later that night or something. It was like a Sunday. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have like an email in my inbox. I don't really know." And he really gave me like no information. And Monday morning, my mom calls me and she's like, "Alexa, do you have something to tell me?" And I'm like, "Not really, no." Like, what? And she's like, "Monster Energy just sent you a contract for 4 years." And I was like, "Dude, you're
crazy.
kidding me." And especially for me, like how I was saying before, like both my brother and my dad are action sports people. Like,
Yeah.
that's like a dream.
That's huge.
Any person in action sports industry, like you want Red Bull or Monster or Rockstar.
Yes.
Pinnacle of
Yeah,
sponsorship.
that's
Yeah.
like that's the sickest sponsor you possibly could have. And I've been with them now for 8 years, I guess.
That's
So
Yeah.
what are some perks of being sponsored by Monster?
Money.
Other than that, but like events, you get to
Definitely
meet cool people.
financial stability.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, I've done a lot of, and being around snowboarding my whole life with my brother and being that elite, like a lot of my really close friends are Olympic, X Games snowboarders and stuff like that. So I knew already a lot of people, but I'll get invited out to X Games with Monster and
so
go to like those kind of event parties or whatever. And you definitely get perks like UFC fights you can go to, slap fights now. Like anything
that's so
Monster's
sick.
associated with, I can get tickets to, if not free. Like I went to bull riding last year.
Oh, wow.
Like just random stuff I can get hooked
That's
up
so
with.
fun.
And I,
UFC's with Monster, right?
yeah, they've been
That's
with
so
for a
cool.
long time.
What would you say like one of the biggest factors for you is for keeping that sponsorship and having it as long as you have?
I've always been really communicative. And honestly, I give them so much credit. And like, I thank my lucky stars every day because I've been hurt. I've been out for 4 years, like in a like accumulation of 4 years. But honestly, I've had a really good connection with my team manager over there. And I think it's always just being really communicative with what I want and what I owe to them. And I've been good with always like, okay, here's the set list of what you guys need me to do. I'm going to do more than that. And just to make sure if things do happen that I can't surf, like I've got stuff behind. Like the year, like this past injury, if I didn't want to, no one would have known that I was hurt because I just have so much stuff in archives that I could post for a year and then I could be like, oh, I was hurt for the last year. And people are like, I thought you were in Indo.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I've just always been really communicative. I've always kind of ventured with them. Like if we want to go film something with me snowboarding, and I think me being a dual sport athlete has helped probably a lot. And I think it's also the fact that they can throw me in a room and I can talk to people. Whether it's like conferences and stuff, I can go sit and talk. But yeah, I think honestly, it's probably dual sport athlete that has kept me, and big wave surfing has definitely kept me. When I told them that when I was 17, they're like, okay, sick. Like now we're talking, like that's sick now. And that definitely like, I don't think I'd still be with them if it wasn't for that part of surfing that I was like getting big barrels or chasing big waves and stuff. But yeah, I definitely super lucky.
Do you know Jonathan Wayne Freeman?
Dude, that's a full name. I don't.
You don't? Oh,
Nah.
never mind. There's someone we had on. I was just gonna ask you if
he's
you,
like
what you thought about his content.
He's like a surf comedy guy. He's on like kook slams all the time and stuff.
Oh,
You've probably
I've
seen
seen
him.
him around.
Yeah, he's got the
I've seen him
mustache.
around.
He's funny.
But have you ever had like any? Because I wanted to ask this when we were talking about the big wave surfing.
Yeah.
You ever fallen? I mean, I'm guessing you have.
Yeah.
How long are you underwater for?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. The crazy thing is you can be underwater in a big wave for 30 seconds and it feels like a lifetime just because you're getting so mangled and thrown around. When I was 17, I drowned. So like, that's probably the worst wipeout I've ever had.
How big was the wave?
It wasn't even big. It was like a 20-foot wave.
That's huge.
Yeah. But it's like,
Saying it like they're little bit.
no, but like it's to like the everyday person. Yeah, that's big. But like
In big wave
me
surfing.
talking
Listen,
to other people
let
that
me
are big wave surfing that are like, that's child's play.
Yeah.
1 foot at Doho is all I'm doing.
No, we gotta change that. We're gonna change
We're
that.
some foam boarders.
Can you teach me how to snowboard?
Oh, absolutely.
I've
never
done
touched
it.
snow.
Yeah.
I've got my partner, so full football player, like kind of he's an outside linebacker now. But I got him snowboarding in a day.
Oh, no way.
Like, yeah, easy
That's a
peasy.
big
And he
boy, too.
cruises now. Like if I showed you videos after this, you're gonna be
Okay,
like, no
let's go.
way.
Your butt's going to hurt a
Absolutely.
little, though.
No,
all
not
good.
even. Not even.
Oh, really? You're
not
that good?
even.
Bro,
I
she's
don't know
a
why,
pro.
but I'm just real good at teaching people how to snowboard.
What about skiing?
Nah.
No?
I won't teach you, and I don't want to.
Skiing's kind of moist.
I don't know.
Skiing's moist as hell.
Yeah.
I feel like snowboarding's
Yeah.
hard. Like that's not hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've done both. I didn't like
Okay,
skiing.
I have
Yeah.
a question. What advice can you give Kyler to pick up a surfer chick?
Pick up a surfer chick.
Yeah.
Mind you,
I
he's
don't
scared
know.
of the ocean.
I don't even know.
And he doesn't know to surf.
or
so you
what
gotta
about
get
anyone? Why
creative.
me? I don't.
Because you
I have no
hard
advice.
time.
I've been in
Yeah.
I've been in one relationship my whole life, so I don't even know. I've been
You got no hope, dude.
Dude, I
Yeah.
know.
You're
done,
I'm
Kyle.
screwed,
and I
man.
picked up him. He didn't pick up me.
Whoa.
So like I can tell you how to pick up a dude. But
I'm
maybe,
not. I'm good. Maybe Zach. That's
Well,
a
how did-
question for Zach.
No, wait, what the? Nah.
How did you pick up the dude?
I said I'm a pro surfer.
That's
no,
sick.
but like kinda. No,
Hey,
he was
hey,
surfing.
I respect that.
Yeah, he was surfing. It probably helped that he like knew some of the girls that I was with. And I met him surfing because he surfs as well, just kind of for fun. And I don't know, I just met him and I was like, okay, I want that. And went up to him, didn't even think he spoke English because he like did not want to talk to me. And then
Was he ignoring you?
no, he said that he was really nervous because he kind of knew who we were.
Okay.
Like, and then my friends, like I was with some girls that are kind of like we're models for Billabong.
Yeah.
And so like even if you're not a surfer, like you saw her face, you'd be like, okay, I've seen her blown up in a Billabong store before.
Yeah.
And so we had like a mutual friend, and his name is really easy to remember. It's Jagger. So it's like you don't come across many Jaggers.
Shout out Jagger.
And so we had a mutual friend. I found him on Instagram later that day, and he like messaged me, and I was just like, hey, my Instagram doesn't work. You're gonna have to text me. And it's like cliche, cheesy. It worked, and we've been together for 5 years.
I love that.
Wow.
Like
That's
clockwork.
amazing.
Yeah. The funny part is though, the absolute mad part is like he was in college. I was at the time living in Australia. Like I met him and I went to Australia like 2 days later.
Oh wow.
And we were like chatting, and I literally just like booked a ticket in his. I was like, "Hey, give me your license," and he like sent me a photo of his license. I was like, "That was easy," and I sent him a ticket to Australia. I like bought him a ticket and was like,
I love that.
"Yeah,
You're a straight shooter.
yeah."
Hey guys, yes, I'm on a private jet, and none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Zill Media. If you need any social media or any content done, or even start a podcast like ours, they are the best in the business. Go to zillmedia.com and mention Basement Talk for a discount on their services. Now let's get back to the episode. Let's get off this fake jet. Go get back to the episode. What are some other hobbies that you do outside of surfing? And
Snowboarding, yeah.
Other than
Snowboarding, surfing, I DJ.
Oh, that's
What?
sick.
Yeah. I do like I produce a little bit of music as well.
How'd you get into
You
that?
submit people.
Yeah, and then jiu-jitsu and then Muay Thai and stuff. I got into DJing. A lot of my friends are DJs over in Australia. And during COVID, I just kind of always seen my friends DJ, and I was like, that's pretty sick. And like, it's definitely hard. I'm not gonna say that it's not hard, because like still pretty decently hard. But I was like, it seemed like something that I could pick up, because I'm still musically like inclined.
Yeah.
Like most people can tap their feet to a beat, and if you can do that, you can probably learn how to borderline DJ. So during COVID, and then I had my knee surgery, so I was just on my ass cruising, and yeah, I got DJ decks, and I just kind of learned how to DJ myself, and yeah, I just kind of played. We definitely threw a lot of parties at my house during COVID.
Were
so
you in
I just,
Australia during COVID, by the way?
I flew like 3 days before borders got shut because I blew out my knee.
Dang.
So like I wasn't even planning on going home. I was
part of
supposed to.
Australia?
I live in Sydney, North Narrabeen.
You would have been
That's
locked
so
up.
Yeah, near Manly. Yeah, there you would have been locked up too.
They were
and
crazy during COVID.
Like my whole family.
Wait, what
over
happened? What during
Australia's COVID restrictions were just like,
Here. Bordered like if we lived in like say you guys wouldn't be able to go to San Clemente.
yeah, exactly. Like they shut
What?
down like,
It's, like,
cities
illegal.
like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
was
like you couldn't leave
insane.
your towns.
They'd put you in jail?
Yes. I don't know if they put you in jail, but like
No, you would get fined
you'd
or
get
something. I
fined,
heard
like,
it was
$300
nuts
bucks.
over there. Nobody was going to Australia.
and like
Man.
California borders would be shut to like Vegas or like Nevada or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
shit.
that's where like there's blockades. And they're like, nope. But yeah, I didn't even like everyone was like, oh, COVID. And I was like, you're tripping. Like the world's gonna shut down. Like
Yeah.
whatever. And then I was surfing and I blew out my knee. And my coaches were like, all right, you gotta go home and go see a doctor. Just cause like insurance and stuff. And my doctors are over here. So I like was just like, okay, like I'll go in
pretty
like
good
a couple
timing.
days.
Yeah.
Like I'll go in like 2 days or something, booked a plane. And like I got here and
Couldn't
it
go
was
back.
just madness. It was just absolute madness.
toilet papers off
Dude,
the
what?
shelves.
I was
You remember
tripping.
that?
Yes.
That was insane.
Like you'd go to
And then
see,
you go on Amazon to buy a face mask and they're like sold out for months. Oh,
and then you go
shit.
shop and you have to wear a face mask.
I hated that.
Oh man, people are still
I
wearing
hated
them.
that. I know. I think, respect, but like, yeah.
Tyler
I
still wears
love
a
seeing
mask.
them.
The pandemic.
I love seeing the people with the face mask in the car. That's my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah, that one's
Those are my
good.
favorite
Yeah.
type
There's
of people.
still a couple
Kyler drives with a face
You should
mask
have
for
one of them
sure.
on the podcast and just
Just
pick their
ask 'em
brain.
why?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
pick their brain because I bet you they got
we
really
just
strong
find one?
opinions.
There's still some out there. If you're wearing a mask still right now, you're a psycho.
Yeah.
Kobe's calling him out.
What's
It's
interesting
true,
though?
No, yeah, I don't. What are they hiding from?
It's crazy though because everyone was at one point. That's how
Yeah.
programmed we got and how easy.
100%.
It's scary.
I was
yeah.
wearing a mask.
We were all.
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
were all
I
wearing a
know.
mask.
How crazy is that?
And then like you had to learn like how to
I can-
smile with your eyes or like greet people with your
Smizing.
eyes. And
I was getting
Smizing.
yeah.
Kobe sells cars, so he would.
I
like,
had to learn. I had to like negotiate with just my eyes. I'm like, you want to buy
staring
it?
down.
This is how
Be
I
like-
say hi to people.
Yep. Yeah.
You ever get catfished by a mask, Kobe?
No.
Oh.
Remember all the masks on the floors,
Yeah, they're everywhere.
What do you mean?
all dirty, just like
People would be,
masks
like,
all over the
tossing masks
streets.
and
Yeah. I definitely that
Did
wasn't
you ever
good for the
find a
environment.
mask in the ocean?
I was hurt. I didn't
Oh,
surf.
I was like, that's kind of.
I was depressed in my
It was like
room.
one
chill,
floating
That was
around.
about it.
Isn't-
Yeah.
isn't-
Sorry.
I just learned the other day that when it rains, surfers can't go out for like 3 days. Is that true?
Some runoff.
Yeah. Everyone believe that.
So you could just like die if you go out.
Yeah,
after
you'll
that?
just die on the spot.
Because of Zach's
She
shit.
just
in the
wants
water?
more waves. She's tricking everybody. She doesn't want people
don't.
to go out.
You get hepatitis.
Oh wait, so you're she's
dude.
no way.
No way. Yeah.
So it's a myth.
Kinda, not really. I mean,
there
you're
is
talking about
sewage
people who've
going,
been
right?
doing it their whole lives. You're gonna build immune to it. I
So
swear,
Zach's
like
shit.
like if you just I mean, the water that you surf in like Indo and stuff, it's gross. Like you're gonna build immunity to it. But for like a normal person who's not immune to that, if you go in the water, you'll get sick.
That's probably worse
it's
than
just, It's just
COVID.
not.
Stay out the
and
water,
especially
Kyler.
here, like the sewers here are pretty cooked.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like even so, like for me, like I could still get sick, probably maybe, but I've just been surfing in dirty water my whole life.
Is the California water the worst?
Like
Is it really dirty compared to like Australia?
Yeah, you've traveled all over to surf.
yeah.
It's the worst.
No, like foreign countries are definitely pretty cooked. Obviously,
Probably Europe,
Okay.
right? Europe.
Europe, it's not bad just because
They
there's
eat
so
pasta
many
and shit.
beachgoers. Like I swear, it's because Europeans, like majority of them are super good looking. Like if I look like them too, I'd be on the beach every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
topless out
but
there,
no,
too.
like they're beachgoers over there, so they probably take care. But I'm talking like Indo and stuff. Like you're
Yeah.
paddling and it's like a bag of chips. Is like anyone hungry? Like it's just there's
that's
shit
terrible.
everywhere.
What's your
But
favorite
here-
food?
My favorite. I like Thai food.
Like Thai food?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
Thai
Thai
food
food.
is good.
Yeah, I love Thai food.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I hate
don't
Italian
like
food.
No.
He
Yeah.
doesn't like
Kyler,
Thai
what's
food.
Thai food?
It's like fucking noodles and shit.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I don't even
noodles.
think he knows what Thai
I
food
won't
is.
even eat
Soup?
noodles.
Like
no.
a udon. What is it
No,
called?
that's
that's
Korean,
like, I feel
dude.
like that's like Korean, Japanese
Oh,
type.
Yeah.
fuck.
Come on, dude. He
I'm
doesn't-
sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
You're talking-
Oh shit. Okay.
What would you do if you saw someone surfing with a mask?
I would probably.
There's no one
Would you pull them by their ponytail and
I
spit
just,
on them?
I just swim underwater, grab the leash, and just bring them with me. Because I know I can hold my breath longer than
Just
you.
dragging them down?
I can
That's
hold
actually
you
crazy.
for like 3 minutes.
How long do you hold your breath for?
My longest one just recently was like 450.
Shut up.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
No, swear.
Nah.
Swear.
What the heck, dude?
So much.
Are you David Blaine?
If right now, no. If we right now, like if I walked you through everything, right now, if I told you all to hold your breath, you'll probably go 20, 30
Wait.
seconds.
I want to try it.
20, 30 seconds. Okay, you're gonna hold your breath right now. This
Okay,
is
I'll
gonna be
time
no,
it.
okay. Well,
Time
let
it,
me
time it.
explain.
Okay, let me time-
But
okay,
let me
explain,
explain what I'm
explain.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay,
Because it's not
explain
like
it.
a thing that like we're just gonna hold our breath and it's just gonna be like good.
Okay.
Because that breath hold that I have is good because I sit for an hour and I bring my heart rate completely down.
So you're, like,
and it's
training
a
your body for
static
that.
hold. Yeah, I'm talking like that breath hold too. I was guided by meditation. I think he's holding his breath.
If I pass out,
I didn't even start the
no,
timer.
if I pass out, don't let Kyler do CPR.
You know what? I might pass out. I'm not gonna
Good
do
thing.
it.
Good thing enough. CPR people aren't even supposed to do mouth to mouth anymore. So
Oh,
you're
really?
solid. Yeah.
Really?
What's up,
They
man?
say that it takes away from chest compressions because that's actually the most effective way.
I've been scared
Anywho,
of male
Damn.
lifeguards.
so don't worry. But so with breath hold, like my longest one is only my longest one because I had guided meditation. We watched my heart rate and I pushed myself to a breaking point.
Yeah.
But for the majority of people like I don't doubt that all of you could probably get 2 minutes.
No, we
2:30.
can't.
No,
promise.
I'd pass out.
No.
No, promise. 2 minutes, 2:30. If we sat here, we worked on it, we got your heart rates down, and I told you kind of the clues to, because there's certain things within a breath hold that like would make someone gasp for air again, and it's different for everybody. But if I told you what to expect, you're not going to be scared of it and know that you're not going to go gasp for air because you know it's not going to kill you. And no matter what, like it's definitely super. Holding your breath towards the end, it gets really miserable. It's just because your body is literally just needing air and it hurts. But yeah, majority of people can usually just hold their breath for, a minute 40 probably too.
Does it apply if you're getting choked out or no?
No, because I thought that. I was like, okay, so if
Yeah,
someone's
yeah.
choking me, I could wait for like 4 minutes.
She's untappable.
But it's blood restriction to the head.
And your heart rate's probably
Because my
up,
brother,
right?
And oxygen to
because
the
I
brain,
thought
I'm
this,
sure.
so my brother also does jujitsu, so I asked him to choke me out because I was like, I could do this for like 4 minutes.
No.
I was out in maybe 5 seconds.
He doesn't have empathy either. He
Yeah,
just
he was
laid
just
it on you.
like,
He's like, okay.
Yeah, from all the childhood shit that you did to me. Yeah, he was like, nah. But I was out in like 3 seconds.
Oh, that's
What's
crazy.
your What's your like nutrition like though as a pro surfer?
Yeah, it's kind of always changed just because like female in the surf industry. Like it's just, there's also just a different stigma for females. I feel like maybe not in every sport, but especially surfing. It's a very sexualized sport. And it might just be that we put that on ourselves. It might be.
But you guys are in
know,
bathing suits too.
Yeah,
It's just kind of
like it's
that.
just kind of a thing. So my nutrition has kind of always been different. When I was younger, like, and I started to become a woman, I definitely didn't take care of nutrition, and I just didn't eat. And I was just super, and when I was talking, I was like $150 when I started surfing, like big wave surfing. And then as I got a little bit older, I started to kind of be like, okay, we can't actually be an athlete if we don't eat and we don't have muscle on us. And then also for me as a female, like going through that, I've had trial and error with kind of everything and being hurt and injured. And it's just kind of always been kind of different for me. But right now it's kind of like a high protein, low carb diet at the moment, just because I've been out for a year and a half. So it's just getting back into like good shape
High food?
and feeding myself like energy.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing, is because surfing just takes so much out of you, and you don't even realize how much it takes out of you, but it takes so much out of
Because
you.
you don't realize you're sweating because you're in the water, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're wet, so you have no clue. But
I
yeah,
never even
it's
thought
definitely
about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Zach, you're in water,
Oh yeah,
and then you
you're
don't like
smoking
sweat.
yourself.
Wow.
And I mean, too, the thing about surfing is you can surf for 6 hours and not even realize that you've just surfed for 6 hours. And like, if you also look at majority of like surfers' body types, like you can see the most frail kid. He's a surfer. His back is huge, and his biceps and his triceps are huge. And you're like, and your legs are, you know, tiny. But it's just like surfing. It's just you're pulling and pushing water.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And you just have to be agile and quick. But I think for nutrition and stuff, it's just always kind of differentiated for me. And then, yeah, it's just kind of always changed.
How many
And,
surfboards do you have in your house?
I think we just redid my garage. So I think we counted like 30 of mine
Holy
that are
shit.
in there right now.
Do you have like a game board? Like
Big
a
wave
board. Practice board?
Yeah. I have toe boards, big wave boards for different places.
Do you ever like fall and you're like, fuck this board, I hate this?
Yeah, I can blame it on the board. Yeah, sure. I do
you
that all the
those?
time.
Okay, yeah.
You ever
I'll
break
like
a
each
board
in,
out of
like, fuck
anger?
That's
this
what I
board.
would do.
No, I mean, yeah, there's definitely boards that I put under my feet and I'm like, this thing sucks. But I work with a shaper. I've been using these boards for 3 years, so I know what I like, and I'm not really going to change it. I know it works. Yeah. But yeah, I have boards for small waves. I have boards for small waves when it's windy, when it's glassy. I have boards for, you know, when it's a little bit punchier, or if it's a beachy, or if it's a bigger wave, or like I have boards for every occasion, because you just never know. And you need boards, like at that high performance level, you need a board that kind of works in everything. Or not everything, specifically for a certain type of wave.
Have you ever been like faked out by Surfline and you brought the wrong board down?
I'm like a person who brings like 3 boards. I have a big
really?
truck. So I have like 3 or 4 surfboards in
What's
my
that
truck at all
board
times.
called at Costco?
Wave
A
storm.
wave storm.
Yeah, do you
Wavestorm.
like wave stormers?
We got to put Kobe on
Do I
one.
like them?
Yeah, like
the board or the people that ride them?
People that
Both.
ride them.
Yeah, both.
Hey,
both,
you know
yeah.
what? There's like a stigma that like surfers are dickheads. So I'm going to say no. I hope that everyone surfs. And
I love that.
no, but there honestly is like a big persona about like people, and they're like, when you're a beginner, surfers hate you.
They do.
No, they just hate you.
No, they're dicks.
It sounds
I
like
think
you
they
have a
just hate
personal
you, dude.
experience that you don't like.
Oh, dude, everyone always beefs with me when I'm out there.
Because, okay, here's the thing.
Do the capper.
We're doing our sport in an area where everybody can do it as well.
But I'm
when
at
you're on a
Doho.
soccer field or when whatever, your team is on the field, no one else.
It's closed.
Like you guys
It's
can
only us.
actually, we don't have closed areas that we can be like, okay, you can't. The only thing I will
it's a
say
great
though,
point.
if you're a beginner, there's no beginner spots. If I'm at Doheny, I'm not gonna.
You don't think there's beginner spots?
No, there is. That's
There's
like
a bunch.
Oh, I
Doheny.
thought you
She
said
said
there's
no at the
not.
beginning. Like, don't
Don't
go to normal
Yeah, but
waves.
even the beginner spot I was at, there's this guy that's just like.
No, wait, you
there's-
got bullied out of Doho,
Dude,
dude.
I
did. Just tell him to up himself.
Dude, I
Bro, you got bullied out of Doho?
yes.
That's okay.
crazy.
I think that's
pretty
another
sad.
issue.
Yeah, that's pretty sad,
Dude, I'm not going to beef with him in the
Dude,
water.
it's
I
like-
can't swim. I'm shitty at swimming, man.
Well, imagine it's like somebody stalling out at the
Well,
track.
I think that might be your
Like, you'd be
problem. I think
pissed,
that's
right?
why he might. I mean, I would genuinely get mad at someone if I was like, "You're actually harming yourself in this situation."
Dude, I'd tell him to come out of the water.
I'd be like, "If you can't swim, what are you doing?"
Kyler got
Dude.
bullied out of Doho.
I just rely on that leash, you know?
It was a
Yeah.
half-foot day. And
Fair
Kyler was
enough.
pissed.
They do break.
What about
Just
like?
to let you know.
Do you know how to?
That's how I drowned.
Do you know how to skimboard?
No,
That's pretty hard.
that thing just cranks your shins.
It's so. I know.
I don't do anything now that
They
could
kill the
possibly
shins.
hurt me, and for me, that's anything
Oh, that
because
hurts.
I'm so competitive that like I'm not good at being not good at something. I'm not good at.
You're going to go to do something
No,
casually
you
and
know what
take it
she's
too
good
far
at?
type of thing.
I'm gonna gas you up real quick.
Okay,
Okay.
Gas her up.
You're a good podcaster.
really?
That's true.
All right.
We've had a lot of guests in this chair. I think you're doing
Yeah.
a fantastic job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's a great
Good communicator.
Yeah.
for sure. But,
Sponsorships.
Like
Yeah.
if there was no cameras, it would be a conversation.
okay, Kyler.
What?
Anyways, let Kobe get to his
Okay,
point.
go ahead.
Yeah,
What
she's
else
a
were you
great
gonna say?
you're a great podcaster.
I appreciate that.
So you should start like doing one with surfers. That'd be sick.
I honestly always
I could
did think
see
about
that.
that because there's a
Yeah.
sick one. There's a sick one in the snowboard industry, and they do a pretty sick job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I like talking, which is
You're
fun,
good at
but
it.
I don't think I have the.
Just post you up right on shore with a little
Yeah.
camera.
Have you been on the board that are they electric where you stand, you're like above the water by a foot?
Oh, like the
sick.
with the big fin on
yeah,
the bottom.
the foils. They're not some of them are electric actually. Yeah.
Wait, so
What do you
that's
think-
just pumping your legs? Or?
Yeah, that's just straight. You're using like the power in the ocean,
What
the
if you
energy in
fall?
the ocean. I've never done it because I'm scared shitless of those
Dude, 'cause
things.
you could just, like,
because I watched somebody
nice.
split their chest open.
What?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
so
'cause
those
you can
fins.
fall on
So those fins that are underground, they're sharp because they need to like cut through water. And so like if you took your hand and like went across it, like it would cut you. And like if you're a beginner, like the majority of the time that board's gonna flip and you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
And I just saw somebody like fall and split their chest open. I was like, I'm good.
That's
because it
crazy.
does seem fun. Honestly, I was just in Fiji a month ago, and I was there for a surf trip. And like one day it was just really windy and bad surf, and I was just like sitting kind of on the beach all day, and I'm just seeing like everybody go on these foil boards, and I was like, that's sick, but they're like good. So like
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to do it. I'm just like I'm so scared
On
to
a big wave?
split my chest open.
What do you think's worse, foil boards or paddle boarders?
I knocked over
Paddleboarders
a
are
paddleboarder at
way
Doho
wor-
though.
Way worse.
Dude,
Paddleboarders-
surfers hate paddle
Yeah.
boarders.
Yeah.
Surfers hate
I knocked
paddle
one
Yeah.
out.
You knocked one out?
Yeah,
Okay,
at
word.
Doho. I actually
Good.
did.
Give him
I
some
got
brownie
up and I just
points at
struck them, and everyone was
didn't knock
Is that the dude that
everyone
was
was
pressing
cheering.
you?
Everyone was
Yeah.
cheering.
I swear, it's a true
Wait,
story.
wait, did you get kicked out of Doho by a paddleboarder?
No, dude, that was another dude. He thinks he's like good and shit, but I'm actually like
Yeah.
sponsored. It's whatever.
Kyler's
Yeah,
wave storm
honestly,
deep.
like circling back to that, just beginner. Just like I'm not gonna yell at somebody. I'm not gonna yell at somebody if they're at a beginner spot.
Okay, but what if you're a beginner in like a pro spot? I don't know what that would be, and then you're not really
Kyler
taking
at
the wave. You're
lowers.
just chilling out there.
Don't. Stay
Don't?
on the
What's
beach.
the point of
Why?
that, bro?
What if you're like at a pro soccer field and just watch it?
Listen to
Yeah,
this.
that's what I'm saying. Watch
that's
from the beach.
stupid.
No, relate it like this.
Because
Why?
they sit because you're like sitting and watching.
Bro, this is
and
what
then
you're
we're
saying.
we're gonna
You're
go
in the
right
way.
I'm just
by you
asking for
because
like-
you're probably
Imagine
gonna
you're
get
on
in the way.
But imagine you're on the track. You ride dirt bikes, and there's somebody sitting on the edge of the track on their bike, just watching
no,
you
but you gotta keep your line.
on the track.
Keep your line.
Yeah, but like for surfing, like we don't know our line until like every wave is different. So where you sat and I just took a wave, yeah, you might not be my wave for that wave.
Wave's not like
but
a
the
jump.
next one, I might hit you, and that's not my problem.
This is a
if I
bad
do.
idea getting in this argument. There's gonna be like surfers watching this.
No,
that
just
hate
stay
me.
out of the
No,
water.
no.
Just stay out of the water, dude.
No,
Yeah.
no, don't stay out of
Take
the
your
water.
rash
Just
guard
I'm
off
just
and go
asking
home.
from an
Why don't you
outside
buy?
perspective.
Why don't you buy a boat and go fishing?
Because
Or
well, let me
just
say
like-
something. There's no other sport like surfing that's like that though. There's none.
Yeah, there
I feel like
is,
there
for sure.
isn't.
Dude, literally dirt biking, bro.
Dude, no, it's not like
Tyler,
that at
can
all.
you? What are you talking about?
Bro,
It's not.
you literally.
I
you talk
could
about
ride
that.
next to the pros all the
No,
time.
you can't. If Eli
could.
Tomac is ripping through a track,
I
and
could
you're
go on the same
putting-
track as him.
Yeah, but
and you're telling me he
putting
would
around.
curse you
you're
out
gonna,
for being a
If
jack
I'm being an
next to him?
idiot swerving around, yeah.
Which is
No, but
you
you're
on the wave storm
yeah.
while she's surfing.
Yeah.
That's
well, what if
exactly
you're
what
not
she
and
said.
you're just on the?
You're gonna get
you're
in the
water.
way.
Kyler, stop. You know
That's
There's just
my-
like there's no just like
he knows
unless
he's
it's like a
wrong.
distinct channel. I get that. If there's a distinct channel,
Yeah.
you sit in it all day, all day. But like at Lowers or like at T Street or at Huntington, there's no channel. You can get closer to us if you stand on the
How do
pier.
you become
Are you gonna put a 12-year-old in an octagon?
Okay,
with
okay.
Ngannou?
But let me say something.
Do it.
Let me say something then.
Probably faster.
How do you become better than as a
run.
surfer if you don't put yourself in that environment?
Okay, so my
that
answer,
fair?
Yeah, the super fair question. So after you've gotten good at Doheny,
Yes.
you go to somewhere like T Street,
Okay.
and if you're already good at Doheny, you're probably gonna be good at T Street, and just be respectful.
Okay.
You gotta get
it.
rid of the rash guard.
Can
dude.
you go out there and we'll film this? Like we'll film a vlog
Let's
of
go.
you teaching him.
Oh
and
my
like,
gosh, that would be so
Yeah,
sick. He teaches us how to
100%.
shred.
If
dude.
this
Yeah.
video gets a fucking shit ton of views, we'll go. We'll film a vlog
Dude,
of
yeah.
Kyler on a
Even-
wave storm
yeah.
and Alexa training him.
Yeah. We'll
How
go
many
through the
likes? How
whole
many likes?
routine.
Yeah, that'd be
Down.
fun. That'd be a good
Probably
video.
get Gio to go too.
I'm gonna
Gio
fucking
would
go.
be
so
down.
sick.
Gio is down too. He's like, Gio said he would teach us, right?
What
Yeah.
do you call it when you're on like the lip too, like with both
Oh,
legs?
hanging 10?
I'm gonna
That's
hang 10. I'm
longboard.
gonna hang
That's
10
longboard. I don't
on my
longboard.
wavestorm.
Yeah.
I don't longboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Woo!
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's okay. Now I know why you got yelled at.
No, Kyler walked up to the local. He said, "Shaka mahalo, brother."
Yeah. This video
Yeah.
is so fucked.
Dude, I mean, I'm just giving an outside perspective because that's
Well,
just
you're
how I
giving a
think.
perspective that most people do think.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think about people that like shop at Jack's surf shop?
Because he doesn't surf.
No, he does. He actually surfs
Oh, he
pretty
does
good.
surf.
Like if he actually like wanted
Oh,
to get
sweet.
good, he
So
could
you
get
don't
like
surf wears
surfer
it?
clothes.
just like the Billabong shirt with like the. I think it's just because I'm a pro surfer.
with the
Trying to,
Hurley
was he
shorts.
trying to impress you?
No, he's just like a skater kid from Cali.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's like your
that's what
everyday,
everybody
like
wears.
yeah, it's like Billabong
That and
T-shirt with like
Vans.
rip curl boardies and like Vans. And to me, I've just like been around the industry for too long. I was like, yeah, this. And luckily, he's a football player. He likes fashion, so like
That's
he
good.
can dress now. But the average Joe that surfs I mean, it makes us money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because like the clothing companies that we ride for in those shops, you know, like the clothing that I wear in those shops. So when people buy that, it only helps us.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm keen for obviously people shopping at those stores, and
Yeah.
it's good. But
Just don't look like a dork.
yeah, just yeah, don't you like, yeah.
So do you have any like events coming up or anything?
Yeah, so because I just came out of injury, I'm not like rushing back into going and competing. But I will go to Hawaii next month in January for probably like the whole month.
Oh, wow.
And just kind of go wait for a swell. And honestly, like my whole thing coming back from this injury is just like go get big barrels and just like film and kind of just drop edits and
Get the
stuff.
content
Because
out
I'm now with like a super dope like clothing company. And their whole thing is just kind of like free surfing.
Super sick.
And so at the moment right now, that's kind of like my priority is just free surf and work on some stuff with this brand and just kind of enjoy surfing just because I haven't been doing it obviously for a year and a half. And then because I think with my other injuries, like I've just rushed back into it so quickly, which has just ended up hurting me quicker again.
Get another
so I'm
injury.
I'm like at a weird age with surfing, which is a trip to say because I'm only 23, but it's like,
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
yeah. So it's like, it's a trip though, because there's girls younger than me that are, you know, now on tour. And then there's other girls that are, you know, breaking 30.
You have
but
a long
it's like,
career ahead of you. You got to plan it out.
if my body stays healthy, 100%, but surfing's getting a lot younger and younger and younger. So I'm at like, I'll show up to contests and I'm like one of the 3 oldest chicks now at some of them.
Bunch of iPad kids walking out
Dude,
there.
I swear, bro, and that hurts my ego so bad. Like a 17-year-old, like fresh out of middle school, and she just like smoked me. I'm like, I quit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to big wave surfing. Like, you know, like, but yeah, I just want to go get barreled and just enjoy surfing for a moment and just like tap back into why I love it. Because you can definitely doing any sport. You guys probably know, like you can fall out of love, you can fall back in love, and so for me, it's
Passion
just,
will always be there.
Kobe's already
Yeah.
barreled too.
Yeah, Kobe's getting as many barrels as you.
Yo, what the hell, dude?
probably more than me, honestly, because I haven't been surfing that
Crazy.
Have
much.
to throw it in there, you know.
Yeah,
you have
it's all
to.
good.
No, it's motivation.
But yeah, thank you for coming
Yeah,
on.
thank
Yeah,
you
no
so
doubt
much.
about it,
That
guys.
was
I
actually
appreciate
really
you.
That was
fun.
sick.
No, I appreciate
But
you guys.
thank you guys for watching. We're finally back in the studio this week. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't know where we'll be next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Kyler, Zach, subscribe. We've some
Do that.
crazy
Follow.
guests.
Follow
her.
Follow.
We'll link everything in the description below. But thank you guys for the love, for the support, and we will see you guys next Monday.
Peace.
Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot shame me, so it's for the birds. Buy for a price, you ain't know what it's worth. He not letting go like it's grandmama purse.